Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So that you said that they put millions of my Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hate, disfigure me. The claim that I'm lazy be killing me, maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the tread of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in. Tanks where they eat the peace, they can breathe for me. And let the whole world see the with a minute case, they go in the streets. Put the dog on the leash. Give us all for the beast. 144, get the brutal show, we can all be a piece. As soon as the trumpets are sound, the king will be busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now. You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a door. Payback is a door. Look, ain't no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body for the flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be 10-5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your hardest words. Ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body for the Lord. Fuck the cocktail. Triangle. Over pepper to the game, got the Invondale. Payback to bitches. Dress, she a bombshell. Just is serve cold. I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box. I swear got that new cock smell. Made myself a target in the world of men. Shooters, that was designed. Half while I babies the pain. School in the damn my king's reign. I be overzealous. They want my jealous. I want brand new pair of jealous. How it feels. Payback is a door. Payback is a door. I got you. Let it rap. Look. See the odds. It's time to poke off. My God, a real nigga. And see what? No dog. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shit. Out in the closet by the mop off. What they heard, but tell me it's all true. Posted the foundation, posted you all through. They gon' move, dog. I keep this shit fit. Time soon. Ain't no more heart in this game. No John Q. They told it in the ambulance. Way above everywhere. Bitch tasty, told to make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones. This where hope fell. Now become a man. Dark hands get broke down. Ride through Evans to a mall quad. Telling me how the crackers turn the shower to a ghost town. Focus out there, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Never like shine, like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like a tail, no change. Try to warn them niggas, we been all like arranged. Them mother niggas rap, I make air. I really see promise because of this banner. Bring my enemies back down on camera. Told my design, I want to black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that's some dirty to handle. Look, I'm more like a facility. Precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a notice. They all know they wait. They bitch around like where's hard over. See if they won't. Cut through they seeds like I'm sorrow. Baby for his name, so I got to keep that steel plus. Trust me, I'm now. Squeeze head and click like told you when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Round me, y'all down. Just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch back. Baby, kid. Remember I dropped twice, stone. I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah. Shalom, sir. You ready for the down South Texas cookout in Houston?
Houston?
What you mean, Houston?
You never heard the news?
Yo, Arias. You want Karas? Respect.
Shout out.
Hey, yo, I just left Atlanta. I said I'll be back at
What's the itinerary looking out? What's going down Thursday?
Thursday? You already know what Thursday's gonna look like. We got the scripture breakdown with 12 shield Jeremy behind me. He's gonna drop it heavy like he always do.
We're extreme. We are extreme. There is nothing you can do to stop us.
And after the breakdown, we're gonna have the fish fry, have some brotherhood and sisterhood, play some games, take the pockets of y'all. You know we're gonna be shooting them dice. You know we're gonna be playing dominoes. Whatever games you have in mind, you know, we put a wager line. We're gonna take that money, man. This is how we do it in Austin.
Man, so what's going on Friday then?
You think they call it Boot Kiss Capital for a reason?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out.
How much you gonna find out why they call us Boot Kiss Capital? Because we having camp on Friday.
Oh shit.
After camp, don't get me started. We're gonna go on 6th Street. 6th Street be popping. And guess what camp at though? Camp right there on 6th Street.
Good night.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
So what's going on Saturday? I've been hearing about Saturday.
You gonna learn how to get down, shoot guns in Texas, the Texas way, man.
Shooting guns.
Automatic guns out.
Oh my god.
Automatic guns. Then we got the resort day. You know why? Because the rules are at the Kalahari Resort. We having a black and white party. We having at a down South Cajun Eats, man. It's gonna be a live band there. It's gonna be packed. UPK gonna do what UPK do, man.
Man, you ain't right for that. A black and white party.
Black and white party, man.
So I know that what's out there Saturday? Isn't it Sunday? What's going down Sunday?
You know how I get down. It's the cookout. We finna doing the cookout, man. We got a couple tournaments going on. We got the basketball tournament.
Wait,
and
what?
hey, hold up. It ain't outdoors. We rented out the gym. It's a real basketball tournament, man. We got the a kickball tournament. Y'all want to get active in that? Then we got the spades, dominoes, and chess tournament. And I say tournament, Aki, so you know what that means. That means there's money on the line.
Oh.
Of course, we're gonna do what we always do. The food gonna be amazing. The food gonna be out of this world. The food gonna be in the 4th dimension.
The 4th dimension.
It might turn to the side. It might be an angel eating the food. That's how good the food gonna be out.
Good night.
I tell you, man.
Was it so good? Should've put it in my coffee. Yeah, if you play up, they got like back the fuck up, Bobby, nigga. You heard it, and I can see it in his face. Time to bring that back, my shit raw. I'ma bust their head, no matter what I play. I'ma take the word, you get that bread, bitch. What I say, hold a run, going undefeated, just like OG.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They turn their head off, nigga.
Where Eve did that, Adam
them, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, this the exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is it effective? If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So time war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. As who run this shit, but their question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crack as hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I came to do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young pay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he says something, I ain't hear him. This shit life. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the change. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpro. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified rubber ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this is the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm hell, boy.
You want to apologize for slavery. According to what? According to God's word. You know what you're getting? Isaiah 49:23.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verse 23. And kings shall be thy nursing fathers,
and their queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow down to thee with their face toward the earth. Bow down with your face toward the earth.
Hey, it's some more there. Keep reading.
Let's see where thy feet.
And the real rulers of the earth, man. They are sorry, and you are not.
The face toward the earth. All right, continue.
Nurse your children. That's what.
Towards the earth. You shall bow down with
Toward the earth.
Mind you, this is excellent bow posture right here. Excellent bow posture.
Done. That's good bow posture too. Brothers, y'all see that? Okay, now that's a good form. All right, that's a good form right there. Ooh, you got good form. You got good bow form.
Right.
I bow down before the children of the slaves with your face toward the earth. Now, if you don't believe God is real, if you think God is, you think this is a game, you have white people bowing before the slaves. Right now.
That's right.
Now, you ain't never seen the power of the Lord. You're looking at it. Read the next part. And
lift up the dust
of thy feet. See, it ain't over. See, if you sorry, you're gonna kiss the boots of the children of the slaves.
starting with that man right there.
For 400 years, you've watched black people kiss the boots of white people. You've watched your mothers clean up their babies' diapers. You've watched your grandmothers clean their houses. You swept their floors. You've taken care of them and treated them like God. You suited them and made sure that their every need was taken care of. And no black person was ever angry by it. No black person ever said, I can't stand seeing black butlers. Oprah Winfrey did a movie and made the movie called The Butler and glorified a black man who bowed down and served white people And black people loved it. We loved it. We thought it was honorable to be their butler. We thought it was honorable to drive Miss Daisy. We thought it was honorable to be their sidekick. We thought it was a come up in life if we could be friends with a white person and they might just shine their love down on us. We never got angry. We never got mad when we saw black people be subservient to white people. But the minute that a white cop sees the videos from ISUPK and he sees that white people voluntarily kiss our boots, he wants civil war. He wants civil war. White man, listen, you better get ready for the future. When you see ISUPK Houston and when you see white people kissing their boots, it is a revelation of the future. You can't fight progress, white man. You can't fight progress. The future is in the
It's still known. Bad news to beat the home, nigga. Yeah. Come on, get on his ass real quick one time. 144, bitch.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah. Bitch, the whole thought. Yeah, ain't know they coming over. I come with the bar. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this door. So that bitch is either up. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear before I call. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was heard when she left, I don't care about it. I need a best leader like I need a pump board. So the Zach watch the gotta sag like the dog. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Shang. Put them out of service. Get them tools like this how they face. Try to hold these way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga ain't no debate. Throw them boy you taking no. Call them up like shut the day. Bitch and piece of cake. Yeah, my bitch is big. Oh, so to put on that top three. Different. Be my house show. Don't make excuses. These niggas are way from battle. Show them you we can't roll. I'm making like I can't lose. They say you get on, you gon' rebel. Then I said, of course. Who did they trade that? Beat I ride that business like a horse. She about to go dumb day, bitch, the whole fuck. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. Even low on the door, throw that bitch is either up. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear. So I caught, yeah, I just got off the couch. I'm a start another war. Spit a plate over my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't looking with the counting with the nigga tipping fork. Yeah, I just took the fork. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got to tie down and out there. Take them with the step, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like dollar. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I read that bitch. It's like a horse, yeah, about to go. Dumb game, bitch, the whole thought. Yeah, you know they told me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride that part. Get it lit up like a thought. You either low or this low. So that bitch is either or. I told you, nigga, you didn't get like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made it come. We gon' start another war. Hey.
Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is. Better watch how you step in. Yeah. That was my niggas. Yeah. Under command in general, yeah. Half of my niggas to the beer. love all of my niggas, that shit ain't gon' stop. Until we on top when we ballin' my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change, and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my I can gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk the shit, yeah, I don't. You can't stand us, but you be K Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Wanna get from a life of sin, trap in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking and I'm ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. Oh, I take those like bullet, you take mine. That's when I realize the slaves killing slaves. Why the white man live to get old? We in them graves. Shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex, still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
Pendo killed the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dumb, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on the yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Yo, Menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yes, us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures. Ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander, and Philip, you a convert. So tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? They don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the feast of Purim. UBK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard named kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he give them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel everybody trying to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'll punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off for niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. Absolute proof. Now, you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Look, I ain't no hardness. I'm a good soldier. My niggas is killers. I ain't gon' hold you. This shit is not for the weak. I already told you. They taught us to yak around. Watch how you approach us. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. When Babylon fall, the meat gon' inherit the earth. I never turn pussy. You gotta bury me first. I get the word from Cap. I'ma just go, yes sir. Please don't play with your life, or you'll get seriously hurt. Over my brothers. We doing numbers. You like to talk a lot, but you'll get humbled. Hey, fuck all my enemies. Yeah, cause they make a tumult. You gotta be disciplined. Can't do what you want to. Outside is a jungle, and I got the heart of a lion. I just did Hebrew Academy, tried through the fire in the heart of a crisis. Everybody wanna talk tough, but only a dummy would try us. They told me life about war, so I ain't gonna never stop fighting. I know that they fools, but I cannot pity them. Niggas is taking them lies too serious. All black everything, know it, but fearing them feds is watching. I gotta stay diligent. I gotta stay militant. Yeah, I know that I'm killing them. I ain't the hardness. I'm a good soldier. My niggas is killers. I ain't gon' hold you. This shit is not for the weak. I already told you. They taught us to yak around. Watch how you approach us. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Front line. That's double time. I ain't throwing no flags. They let their colors fly. I'm UPK certified. Follow the chain of command. We don't want cowards in here. Them niggas can stay where they at. Fuck what they saying is cap. These devils is hunting our steps, so I ain't leaving no tracks. I'm about the Lord business. I ain't playing with them, and I'm standing on that. I got my foot on their neck. I got the world in my hands. I ain't even breaking a sweat. You're not even a threat, I'm a soldier. Head on a swivel, I'm always in motion. He move like a coward, cause real soldiers don't show no emotion. They just do what they supposed to. Yeah, it's the Lord's army. These niggas fall under pressure. I ain't talking about origami. We went to trials like we was fighting a case for manslaughter. I learned to yak around. I put these hands on him. It's crazy they had dropped sword after you would stand for him. He couldn't endure to the end. His cover is hanging in headquarters. Yeah.
Yo, 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 clap it up, clap it up. You know what it is, man. We back at it once again. Wednesday night law class, man. This is the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York in 1969 underneath Commanding General Yohana. You understand? We are not affiliated with any other group, not your Black Panther Party groups, not your Democratic Party, not your Republican Party. You understand? Not your Proud Boys, not your Black Lives Matters, not your Nation of Islams, definitely not your Christian church, your Ebenezer Baptist Christian Church. You understand? None of them. We is not affiliated. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You understand? And we are here to wake up Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who they are according to the Bible. You understand? Your oppressor gave you the name Mexican. Your oppressor gave you the name African American. Your oppressor gave you the name a Native American. You understand? When in reality, you are from the 12 tribes of the house of Israel. You understand? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? That is our royal bloodline. We are royalty in the earth. And they want you to make yourself feel like that you are low class, low level, like you are the peasants of the earth. You understand? And the reason why right now we have been underneath these conditions is because, you know, the Most High God is punishing us for our iniquities. You understand? And that is also due to what we choose to do and what we choose not to do. You understand? From the beginning, he chose us to be above all people, you understand, that are on the face of the earth. You understand? Let's get that, matter of fact, real quick. Let's go over here. Let's jump over here to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7. Let's get that real quick. You know what I'm saying? These are, and also if you're watching, man, definitely you want to get your pens and your pads and take down these notes, man, these precepts, precept upon precept, line upon line, so you can understand the truth according to the Bible and not regurgitate what your Christian pastor done told you. God is all love. God loves everybody. And all you got to do is just say, oh, I believe in Jesus and you're saved. And shake tambourines and dance around like chickens with your head cut off. You understand? No, the Lord, that's not the Lord. You understand? Nothing that these Christian churches do is of the Lord. I pray you understand. So let's go over here to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 real quick. And we're going to start at verse 6. And it says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. You understand? So he chose us to be a special people to himself. You understand? He didn't choose everybody. No, the Lord does not love everybody. He didn't choose everybody. He chose us to be a special people unto himself. What? Reading on. Above all people. No, some people. All people. No, only those who are sinners. No, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So he chose us to be a special people above all the people. So that's the Chinese man. That's like I don't know if you from Iowa. Well, here in Iowa, well, man, I can't get away from this damn commercial because you know it's election season. Nam-Bakam, I done heard his name about 1,000 times. God damn, Nam-Bakam. No, he didn't choose Nam-Bakam. The East Indians, no. He didn't choose Kamala Harris. No. Africans, he didn't choose Barack Obama. The small hats over there in the Israeli state, no, he didn't choose Benjamin Netanyahu. You understand? The North Koreans, no, he didn't choose Kim Jong-un. You understand? Or Vladimir Putin, etc., etc. I hope you get the point. Who did he choose? He chose us, the children of Israel, to be a special people unto himself above all that are upon the face of the earth. You understand? And because we decided to go against the Lord, he punished us for our iniquities. You understand? Hence is why we're at a lower state right now. Matter of fact, let's jump over here to the book of the same book, chapter 28. You understand? And it says, and it shall come to pass, if you should hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. So he chose us above all the nations. And if we listen to him, we would reign rulership over all nations. It's clear as day, people. And your pastor don't teach you that. You want to know why your pastor don't teach you that? It's because he has to try to some way, because he was lied to and was told while we've been in slavery all this time that we are Gentiles, that we aren't the chosen ones. So if we ain't the chosen ones, we got to figure out some way where God loves us. So just like all the other nations, they got to figure out some way that God loves us. So they just say God loves everybody. But when you actually read the Bible, it don't say that, unfortunately. Fortunately for us, but unfortunately for them. You understand? So he chose us to be a special people above all people on the face of the earth. You understand? But guess what? To whom much is given, much is required. So we have to what? We have to hearken diligently unto the voice. You understand? And if we do, we'll be on high above all people. But if we don't, let's drop down in the same chapter, same book, same chapter. Let's drop down to verse 15. And it says, but it shall come to pass, if you will not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, and to observe and to do all these commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, all these curses shall come upon thee. So evidently, the children of Israel, we did not listen to the voice of the Lord our God. And so guess what? We have curses. Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Cursed shalt thou be in the field. But today isn't about the curses. I'm just trying to show you that the Lord chose the children of Israel, in whom which we are, and we're supposed to follow what the Lord told us. You understand? And one of those things that the Lord told us, which is hence the title of today, is the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? That is a holy day amongst others that the Lord commanded us to follow. You understand? The Feast of Tabernacles, but the Lord despises your feast days. You understand? Things that you want to do. You, like, for example, what's coming up? Halloween, which is this weekend, or whatever weekend, this weekend or next weekend. The Lord despises your feast days. And what's after that? Thanksgiving. You understand? He hates your feast days. You understand? So let's jump over here to the book of Amos, chapter 3. Amos chapter 3. Real quick. Yeah, so hey, it's quite simple, ladies and gentlemen. We are the children of God, and it's time for us to follow the Most High God. That's what we need to do. Straight up. Matter of fact, of course, you know what I'm saying? This is an open forum. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. If anybody has any questions or comments or whatnot, definitely you could feel free to ask, or you could just put them in the comment section and I'll address them accordingly. You understand? But yeah, let's jump over here to the book of Acts. I mean, the book of Amos. Yeah, let me make sure my mic's working too. But nobody ain't said nothing. So I'm assuming everything's too wild. Yeah, we good. Yep, definitely. But yeah, anywho, also I need to put in the chat the Salakia. Yeah, so also, if you want to get any type of, what I'm saying, if you staying diligent with classes or whatnot, man, fill out the attendance sheet. You dig? The attendance sheet, you know what I'm saying, to let us know that you've been being diligent and you checking in class and you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna drop that also in the chat. Definitely, Salakia. Yeah, but anywho, so let's go over here to the book of Amos, chapter 3. Amos chapter 3. Definitely, we use the King James version of the Bible. You understand? The 1611, which contains the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. But right now, Amos, of course, is in the Old Testament, who was a prophet, one of the many prophets of the Lord. And prophethood is only given to the children of Israel. So if you see a Chinese man talk about he's a prophet, he's a lie. He's a goddamn lie. You see a white man talk about he's a prophet, he's a goddamn lie. You understand? Prophethood is only given to the children of God, the Israelites. I pray you understand. But yeah, so here we go. Salakia, the book of Amos, chapter 3, and let's just start at verse 1. It says, "Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel." You understand? The Lord is always speaking to the house of Israel. It doesn't matter when, whenever, most of the time he's speaking to the children of Israel, because that's, like I showed you, that's whom he chose above all the people on the face of the earth. Reading on. "Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth." See, so he only known us. He didn't know anybody else. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know, like I said, he didn't know the East Indians. He didn't know the Arabs. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know the French. He didn't know anybody else. He only knew us, the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you understand, above all the families that are on the earth. Reading on. "Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities." So he punishes us. You understand? Hence why we went into captivity. Hence why we get slain in the streets unrighteously by our oppressors, by the cops, the police. You understand? Hence why we suffer where we rate number one in diabetes and heart disease, and because we don't even like to follow the dietary laws. You know what I'm saying? And you want to go to seafood boils and shit. You know what I'm saying? You still want to eat pork. You know what I'm saying? You got your pork steak in the morning. You pork ribs at the barbecue. You love a catfish, fish fry. Hey, somebody anything going fish fry. Uncle so and so and them, they do a fish fry. It's definitely gonna be catfish. You understand? But what does he say? You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for your iniquities. And what's one of our iniquities? Of course, is us following the holidays of our oppressor. You understand? Following the holidays of our oppressor is something that we adhere to, and we damn near do it better than them. You know what I'm saying? When Thanksgiving come along, even though that's a holiday to celebrate the slaughtering of our brothers and sisters, we make the biggest meals. Man, good night. You go at black people's house on Thanksgiving, it's loaded. You understand? Yeah, hey, I know them days. Hey, shit, that everybody used to love some Thanksgiving meal. 4th of July. Look, we was slavery in 1776, but when 4th of July come around, we got the biggest fireworks, we got the biggest barbecue. We wearing all the red, white, and blue. You know what I mean? Hey, the list goes on. Straight up. So let's jump. Still, we're gonna stay in Amos, but let's jump over here to the book of Amos, chapter 5 now. Chapter 5 and verse let me see. Verse 21. Jump down to verse 21. Yep. So yeah, the Lord only chose us to be a special people above all the people that are on the face of the earth. You understand? Not nobody else. Straight up. So right here, Amos chapter 5 and verse 21, which is the title of tonight's lessons. I despise your feast days. So the Lord, and then they say God is love. No, he hates. What does he hate? He despises your feast days. You understand? He like I brought out yesterday, these people, they gather themselves together, but not by me. You want to create all these different type of events and that had nothing to do with the Lord. And he hates it. He despises it. You understand? Reading on. And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. He don't want to smell your baby back ribs. You understand? He don't want to smell your catfish. Good night. And don't be the type of nigga who fries the chicken in the fish grease. Oh, good Lord. I hate that even more than oh shit. That's a lucky. Yeah. Verse 22. Hey, it says, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. So yeah, he's not gonna accept when you cooking up your baby back ribs, your ham with the cloves on it. You know what I'm saying? And the pineapple rings around it. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna accept your pork and beans. He's not gonna accept your green beans with the bacon in it. It better be beef bacon at least. Listen, I don't even know why. After I figured out there was beef bacon, I don't even know why we've been eating pork bacon this whole time. Beef bacon is fire. You understand? Now, turkey bacon, that was a little hard to adjust to. But when I found out there was beef bacon, good Lord, hey, shit, I'm like, hey, wow. But they make it more expensive, of course, because they know that black people, they want you to eat the pork. They want you to eat pork. They want you to disobey the Lord. That's what they want you to do. You understand? Reading on. Amos chapter 5 and the end of verse 22. And it says, neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. So yeah, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. So he don't even want to hear your music. He don't want to hear your praise dancing. He don't want to hear none of that. You understand? The Lord hates your feast days. He don't want to hear your and then like I said, what's coming up, Halloween? That's even yeah. I mean, everybody got their preference. I'm pretty sure you could get a beef bacon that's low in sodium or whatever the case may be. But hey, beef bacon is fire to me. That's my preference. Salaki. You know what I'm saying? It tastes more closer to the bacon that we grew up on. You know what I'm saying? So that and it got more meat to it. That turkey bacon. I mean, if you got a recommended brand that ain't all flat, then hey, let me know. But that turkey bacon, man, that thing's too thin for me. And you gotta cook it. If you cook it a little bit too long, it turn into a cardboard. Shit. Mhm. But what was I saying? What was I finna say? Oh yeah. And then let alone Halloween, of course, is the most known like satanic holiday. Like ghouls and goblins and demons and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the most satanic holiday. And now you got churches, they incorporating Halloween. Hallows Eve. That's what it really was called. You know what I'm saying? That now they the go-to spot for Halloween. I'm trying to find a little thing on that. Yeah. Let me see real quick. Yeah, they got trunk and treats. You know what I'm saying? Like they you might as well just go to the church and celebrate Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all safe. It don't matter. The Lord despises your feast days, ladies and gentlemen. You want to dress up like this? If you want to dress up, go to the Passover. You understand? You could get the kids in some royal attire. Your daughter, she want to dress like a princess. That go to the damn Passover. You understand? You want to dress like a king and a this and like that. Hey, you could dress up in your royal garments at the Passover. You understand? I was trying to find some things where the church is celebrating Halloween, but yeah, Halloween with your church, Christian Halloween haunted house. Man, come on, man. It's ridiculous. The Lord despises your feet. The pumpkin prayer, what the hell is that? The pumpkin prayer. Damn, I ain't never heard of that. Let me see if I can click on that. Salakia. Yeah, the pumpkin prayer. We will open your minds so we can receive God's message. We will clear our thoughts. Man, I don't even want to say the damn prayer. But look, they got the goddamn pumpkin prayer. Ain't that some shit? The pumpkin prayer. I done heard it all now. You'd be surprised what you find when you start clicking on shit. But yeah, so listen, the Lord despises your feast days, man. But right now, what we are in what is known as the Feast of Tabernacles. So, of course, most people don't know what the Feast of Tabernacles is. You understand? The Feast of Tabernacles was a holy day that the Lord, amongst other holy days, so of course, everybody knows about the Moses story. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord had Moses tell the children of Israel to let my people go because we were slaves in Egypt underneath them stinking Africans. You understand? We were in slavery captivity underneath Pharaoh and all the other heathens that was in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And so when it came down to it, bam, the Lord freed us. You understand? Which originally the first day of that would be the Passover. You understand? And then after the Passover, then you have the other holy days. You have the Day of Atonement, which is now the 7th. So the Passover is the first month of the year, typically. You know what I'm saying? Well, not typically, always. The Passover is the 15th day of the first month. You understand? But then you go on and you have the 7th month later on. The first day of the 7th month, you have the blowing of the trumpets. The 10th day of the 7th month, you have the Day of Atonement, which just passed. And then on the 15th day of the 7th month, which is exactly 6 months, is half of the year. You understand? You have the Feast of Booths or the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? And the reason why we have this feast is because when we left out of the land of bondage, out of Egypt, our people were forced to live in tabernacles or booths or tents. So every year we would acknowledge us coming out of captivity and having to live in booths because we were on the go. We were traveling. We've traveled for what, 40 years in the wilderness. So we had to dwell in tents. You understand? Hence why you see, well, not no more as much, but traditionally you always see what? The Native Americans dwelling in tents. Let me just pull up, or teepees, what people call them. You understand? So this is something that we've always done, which is another indicator of who we are as a people. You understand? That this is something, when you see a teepee, you're gonna think of Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? But the Israelites, us, we dwelled in what the Bible says tabernacles, but it's basically tents. You understand? That's basically what it is. But anyway, so let's go over here to the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, where the Feast of Tabernacles is first brought up to the children of Israel. So it says, this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 33. And it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. You understand? So it's a 7-day feast. So for 7 days, you should be feasting with your people. And mainly, you know what I'm saying? Because we're in our captivity and we got to work and this and that. You know what I'm saying? Mainly, it's the first day because it says what? Verse 35. On the first day shall be in holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. So typically on that very first day, you're going to want to gather together you know what I'm saying, cook, feast, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? Just like how black people, we do that on all the holidays. This is what niggas do. Whenever a holiday come up, guess what? We do a holy convocation, we cook, we feast. That's what we do. That's a black trait. That's in our bloodline. Listen, we do it even when it's not a holiday. Shit, it don't matter. We love to feast and convocate with each other. You understand? Reading on. Let me see where I want to jump down to. Yeah, 7 days you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, and on the 8th day shall be another holy convocation. So what's an offering made by fire unto the Lord? Man, grill out. You understand? Throw some meat on the grill. You understand? That's what that is. It's really practical. It's not it's like people try to make it like spooky or something. Man, when it says an offering made by fire, that's you throwing some food on the grill. You understand? When they say do a drink offering, that means have a drink. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do, man. This is straight black people stuff. See, get all that white mentality out, that whitewash out of your head. You understand? When they say anointed with oil and with flour and make it and burn it, that's fried chicken. That's simple. That's just what it is. That's what black people do. Straight up. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, so right here, let me see something. Let's get this real quick, Salakia. Leviticus chapter 2. Now I'm kind of going off on a tangent. So this is Leviticus chapter 2 and verse 7. And it says, and if the oblation, let me see where I want to start at. Let's just start at verse 6. Thou shalt part in it pieces and pour oil thereon. It is a meat offering. And if the oblation be a meat offering, baking in the frying pan, it shall be made of fine flour with oil. You understand? That's fried chicken or anything you fry. That's just cooking it up. You understand? It's not that spooky. It's not that deep. You're looking at it too wrong. You understand? That's what niggas been doing for thousands and thousands of years. You understand? Drink offerings and this and that. That's what it is, man. It's not like you just throwing it on the ground and that's it. Now, there's certain situations where you don't eat it, but 9 times out of 10, you eating it. You're not just letting it go to waste. You understand? But yeah, you should do no servile work therein. So, like I said, the Feast of Tabernacles is something for us to remember when we came out of the land of Egypt, out of captivity. And it says right here, let's read down. Let me see. I just want to drop down. Yeah, verse 42. And it says, this is Leviticus 23 and 42. It says, ye shall dwell in booths 7 days, that all that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord. So these are the things we're supposed to do, these things, because we're supposed to remember when the Lord gave us salvation from our enemies. You understand? This is a recurrent thing. All of our holy days is not just for vain purposes. There's a meaning behind it. And most of the time, the meaning is us remembering when the Lord freed us from our enemies. And we're celebrating the salvation of our God. You understand? So we need to keep rehearsing these acts, because the what's written aforetime is written for good things to come. You understand? There's timing and prophecies that are linked to all of these things. You understand? So that's why we got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's why we got to do these holy days, because there's things that's coming up that's linked, that occur around these holy days. You understand? And when you're doing them while the world is going to hell in a handbasket, you understand you're going to be protected by the Lord because you're rehearsing the righteous acts. I pray you understand. So that's one account of the book, in the book of Leviticus chapter 23, of the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? So while everybody else is preparing for Halloween, the men and women of the Lord, guess what? We're acknowledging the Lord's Feast of Tabernacles. That's what we doing. We ain't getting ready to, we're not getting on Amazon and looking up the latest trending costume to wear. No, we're not doing that. You understand? So let's go to another account of the Feast of Tabernacles. So we're going to jump over here to the book of Nehemiah. You understand? So I pray you guys understand or get the gist of why we acknowledge one of the many holy days, which is the Feast of Tabernacles. And that's because when we came out of the land of Egypt, we were forced to live in booths or tabernacles or tents. You understand? Because we weren't in our homeland to build a kingdom yet. We was on the move. You understand? And so the Lord wants us to always remember that. And nowadays, if you know what I'm saying, you ain't got to really go outside and build no tabernacle or build no tent or whatever. But I mean, if you want to, you can. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. If you want to go to a camping ground and go camping and get you some a cabin or something, just do that. Take off a couple of days, do a weekend thing, and break down some scriptures. Make sure y'all feast and convocate with your people. You understand? And break down those scriptures so we remember these things. Straight up. So the book of Nehemiah. Let's jump over here to the book of Nehemiah, chapter 14. I mean, chapter 8. Yep. Yeah, Nehemiah chapter 8, and let's see where I want to start at. All right, so this is, we're gonna start at verse 2. So it says, and Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month. So the first day of the 7th month is what? Is the memorial blowing of the trumpets. So around this time, a lot of our people, you understand, they was going off. They forgot the holidays, the holy days, just like how we do today. But Ezra, being a prophet, he's like, man, this is what we got to do. You understand? So Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded Israel, and Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, all that could hear with understanding upon the first day of the 7th month. So let's see what the first day of the 7th month is. We go, this is what he opened up. He opened up the book of Leviticus. This is what he opened up. When he opened it, and it said, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 23, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, a holy convocation. So that already passed. That passed 2 weeks ago. We did it. We you know what I'm saying? We talked about it, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? And that was 2 weeks ago. That was and people might be confused saying, oh, well, how is it the 7th month when it's October, it's the 10th month? You know what I'm saying? That's because the white man is the devil. That's why. And they changed the calendar up. You understand? The first month is usually in March, like March to April. Like mid-March to mid-April is the first month. From mid-April to mid-May is the second month, etc., etc. It keeps going. They even lie in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? And they say like September is the 9th month, but sept, the prefix for sept is 7. You understand? So from mid-September to around right now, October is the 7th month. You know what I'm saying? So we're in the 7th month, October. So around towards the end of October, oct, the prefix oct means 8. Like octopus got 8 legs, octagon got 8 sides, etc., etc. I pray that makes sense. You understand? November, the prefix nov or whatever means 9. December, the prefix dec or dec means 10. It's right. It's all in the wording. You know, it might be going over your head, but like if you got a decagon, that got 10 sides. So December, you understand, is basically around the 10th month, really. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But they changed the calendar up, and now we follow the Gregorian calendar when we need to be following the calendar of the Lord. You understand? But let's go back over here to the book of Nehemiah, chapter 8. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding upon the first day. It's etymology. Yep, definitely. Yeah, and everybody could go to look up these words and they'll explain it to you what it really is. And you know what I'm saying? Verse 3. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday, before the men and the women and those that could understand, and the ears of all that people were attentive unto the book of the law. Verse 4. And Ezra the scribe stood upon a pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose, and besides him stood Mattathiah. So yeah, this is what we do in the ISUPK till this day. What do? We stand on the pulpit of wood. You know what I'm saying? And we read, and we have one person reading, and we have another brother holding up. We have one brother reading, and another brother breaking it down. That's what we do. This is where we get it from, out of the scriptures. Let me see if I could bring up imagery of that. So I'm gonna share this tab. So right here, if you can see, the brothers is standing on a pulpit of wood. You understand? And you got one brother speaking and you got another brother reading out the book. This is why and people be, and what does it say? Let's go back to the book of Nehemiah. What does it say they was doing it at? So people think we crazy. Man, y'all out there in the streets hooping and hollering. What does it say? And he read, therefore, before the street. That was before the Watergate. So a Watergate, 9 times out of 10, is like a main place of trafficking, because a lot of people go get water or whatever. But we be in the streets. You understand? They be like, man, why y'all in the streets? And this is something that's always been done by our people. You understand? From the morning until midday, and we'll be out there from about 11 in the morning till about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You understand? Straight up. Before men and women, this is what we do. I pray you understand. And I'm going to go back to it so you can see it, but I'm going to read it at the same time. And it says, before the men and the women, this is Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 3, at the end of 3. And those that could understand, and the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. Verse 4, and Ezra stood upon the pulpit of wood, which they had made for the purpose. And besides him stood Mattathiah and Shema and Ananiah and Uriah and Hilkiah and Mahasiah on his right hand. And on his left hand was Pedaiah and Mishael and Malchiah and Hashum and Hasbadana and Zechariah and Meshullam. So he's out there at camp. He's out there with 10 brothers at camp, and they breaking down the scriptures. Just like how you see the brother in the picture. There's probably more brothers in there. You just can't see them all because they on Shamar. But he got one brother standing on this side, brother standing on this side, and they breaking down the scriptures. You understand? Reading on. And Ezra opened up the book in sight of all the people. You understand? For he was above all the people. Why was he above all the people? Because he was standing on the wood, just like the imagery that I just showed you. And when he opened it, all the people stood up, and Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God, and all the people answered him, amen, amen, and lifted up their hands, and they bowed their heads and worshiped the Lord with their face. Like I can't see that part. Where was that? Well, yeah, with their face towards the ground. You understand? But I want to just jump down. Salakia. So I want to give you the imagery of during this time of Nehemiah, you know what I'm saying, and well, Ezra, who was the priest, you know what I'm saying, and Ezra and Nehemiah the prophet, you know what I'm saying, they were all priests and prophets of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Our people have forgot about the laws of the Lord, and this is what we do to this day. You understand? We're bringing it back just like they had to bring it back then, because they lost it due to captivity. So I'm just trying to give you the imagery and setting it up. You understand? So let's read down where I want to go to. Right. Yeah, right here. Verse 13, Nehemiah 8:13. And on the second day were gathered together the chief of the fathers of the people, the priests, and the Levites unto Ezra the scribe, even to understand the words of the law. And they found written in the law, which the Lord had commanded by Moses, that the children of Israel shall dwell in booths in the feast of the 7th month. So what's the dwelling in booths? It's the Feast of Tabernacles. The Feast of Tabernacles and the Feast of Booths is the same thing. It's synonymous. You understand? In verse 15, and they published and proclaimed in all their cities and in Jerusalem, saying, go forth unto the mount and fetch olive branches and blah, 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 and reading on down. And anyway, they ended up celebrating the Feast of Tabernacles. So this is another instance of when we was doing the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? Verse 18, dropping all the way down. Also, day by day, from the first day until the last day, he read in the book of the law of God, and they kept the feast 7 days. And on the 8th day was a solemn assembly according to the manner. So where was he reading this out of? He was reading this out of the book of Leviticus. You understand? But he had to bring it back because we lost the way. We lost the way. Just like we lost the way today, we do the same thing. We go out in the street, like he said, and we build the wood. They call it a pulpit, but we call it whatever you want. We build the wood, and we stand above all the people because the wood is making it taller. You understand? And we go out there and break down these scriptures. This is exactly what we do, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all call us a cult. Y'all call us a hate group. Y'all say these niggas is crazy. Y'all just yelling in the streets. Blah, blah, blah. No, we just follow the Bible. You follow your Christian pastor who don't follow the Bible. He's inside the church getting all your money and probably hollering at all your wives. You understand? But we reading out of the book of the law according to the Lord. That's exactly what we doing. In the streets. Just like it says, reading back up, Nehemiah chapter 8 and verse 3, and he read therein before the street. You understand? We right there at camp with all the brothers and all out there breaking down the scriptures. I pray you understand. But the point is, this is another example where you see us celebrating the Feast of Tabernacles, which is what we're in right now. And of course, you might not have been able to do it this year, but guess what? Lord willing, do it next year. Or, you know what I'm saying, the next holy day that's coming up. The next holy day coming up, which of course I'll announce it at the end of class, but the next holy day coming up is called the Feast of Dedications. You know what I'm saying? Which is a whole nother breakdown. And of course, when that time comes, it's we break down what it is and how to do it, etc., etc. Right. But people be like, well, that's the Old Testament. They don't do that no more. Jesus didn't do. We just celebrate Christmas, or we just do what Jesus do. No, you don't, because guess what? Let's go to the New Testament now. Let's go to the book of John. Yeah, so for all you old fake ass Christians out there who say, well, we don't do it like that no more because you know, we're in the new covenant. Yeah, I know we're in the new covenant, but guess what? Christ said he came not to destroy. Man, let me get that before I bring it out. Let's get that. So let's go over here to the book of Matthew chapter 5. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. Let's get it. Precept upon precept. Write down these precepts so you could cut your pastor. You understand? Because the word is sharper than a two-edged sword. You understand? And when you ask him questions, when you go to church and you ask him, well, what about this or what about that? He'll be like, well, now, son, now he gonna come up with all the excuses. But then when you show him where it's at, then he ain't got nothing to say. You know, he gonna be confounded. So what is this? This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. And it says, think not that I had come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So he didn't come to destroy the law. What's the law? The first 5 books of Moses, which is the book. One of them is the book of Leviticus. He didn't come to destroy what was written in the book of Leviticus. You understand? He came to fulfill it. Or the prophets. What's the prophets? One of them is what? The book of Nehemiah, Ezra. You understand? He didn't come to destroy either one. He came to fulfill it. You understand? Verse 8, Matthew 5:18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law. So has heaven and earth passed yet? I don't think so. Until all be fulfilled. And there's so many prophecies that still need to be fulfilled. There's no, that means everything that was written aforetime was written for our knowledge. So if he says do the Feast of Tabernacles, then you do the Feast of Tabernacles. If he say do the Passover, then do the Passover. Don't do Christmas. Don't do Easter. Don't do Thanksgiving. Because what did the Lord say? Let's go back over here to the book of Amos, chapter 5, which is the name of the whatchamacallit, the lesson. He says, I despise your feast days. Yeah, he despises your feast days. He wants you to do what's contained in the law, statutes, and commandments underneath the laws of the first 5 books of Moses, or that's contained the Torah and the Tanakh, the law and the prophets, until all be fulfilled. Verse 19, whoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom. Listen, your Christian pastor who teaches men to not follow these holidays, holy days, they're going to be called least in the kingdom. You understand? He going to be called least. He tells you, oh man, listen, what God made clean, God cleansed all meats. Yeah, guess what? He's going to be least in the kingdom. Don't let no man judge you in the holy day. Yeah, he's going to be called least in the kingdom because he's perverting the word of God. But whosoever shall do and teach them shall be called great in the kingdom. Yeah, guess what we do in the UPK? We go right in the streets and we teach you to follow the law, statutes, and commandment. You understand? And we're going to be great in the kingdom because we rehearsing the righteous acts right now when we don't have the law to enforce us to do it. We're doing it willingly because we're under grace right now. We're not under the law. We still got to keep the law, but we're under grace. We don't have the law to punish us. So like, for example, if a man sleeps with another man's wife, back when the law was first given, the Levitical priesthood, which is the law, like the police, they would stone you. You would get judged accordingly. See, right now you could sleep with another man's wife and you good. Oh well, you the side nigga. You just be the side nigga and you ain't gonna get stoned. Matter of fact, people glorify being the side nigga these days. You understand? But yeah, what does it say? Going back to Matthew chapter 5, towards the end of verse 19, but whosoever shall teach men shall teach and do Salakia, but whosoever shall do and teach them shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. And this is exactly what we do, man. So now, bam, let's go over here. Like I said, your Christian pastor might say, well, that's in the Old Testament. We don't need to do the Feast of Tabernacles no more. Blah, 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 blah. Well, the Lord told you he didn't come to destroy the holy days or whatnot. He didn't come to destroy the prophets, the law, or none of that. So now let's go over here to the book of John. The book of John, and we're going to start at verse 7. I mean, Book of John, chapter 7, and we're going to start at verse 2. And it says, now the Jews' Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. So this is the New Testament, ladies and gentlemen. This is during the time of Christ. And what? The Feast of Tabernacles is at hand. So they're doing the Feast of Tabernacles. And your Christian pastor never taught you about the Feast of Tabernacles. He read right on over it. Instead, he went and celebrated Halloween and did trunk and treat. And then later on, he told you to come to the church and eat that good honey glazed ham. That he anointed it with. he prayed over it. He with the holy blessings. Yeah. So anyway, reading on. Verse 3. His brethren, speaking of Christ, therefore said unto him, depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. So this is Christ's real brothers, because he got actual real brothers that Mary, contrary to popular belief, Mary was having sex. She had sex with Joseph to make Jesus. She had sex with Joseph to make James and John. Those was his real blood brothers. You understand? But so the jewelry, let's read back to verse 1. It says, after these things, Jesus walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in jewelry. So jewelry would be like the Pharisees and scribes, like the leadership of black folks back then. So like you got these old fake ass politicians nowadays, or like your Christian pastors and like Bishop T.D. Jakes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't following them after them because they were lustful, filthy animals pretty much. And they was just doing everything for their own filthy lucre. You understand? And so Christ, when he was doing his work, he wasn't following after that. And they didn't like it. They like, man, who this nigga think he is? Coming around here disrupting our movement, you know, because they didn't want to lose their rulership underneath the Roman Empire. Because the Roman Empire was ruling around everything around Judea, but they were they were allowed to have control in our section. You understand? So let's keep reading. And it says, because the Jews sought to kill him. You understand? Verse 2. Now the Jews' first Feast of Tabernacles was at hand. Verse 3. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. Verse 4. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. For neither did his brethren believe in him. So they didn't really believe in him either. They're like, man, well, go do that in front of everybody, man. Make everybody believe. You know what I'm saying? Verse 6. Then Jesus said unto them, my time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. The world cannot hate you, but me it hated, because I testify of it, that the works therefore are evil. You understand? Verse 8, go ye up unto the feast. I go not up yet unto the feast. So he's telling them, man, listen, I'm not going to expose myself just yet because it ain't ready. But man, just go ahead and go into the feast. Now, what feast is this? It's the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? Christ himself told his own brothers, man, go and celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? But he wasn't ready to go yet. Straight up. So if it was against anything, he should have right then said, hey, man, look, we ain't doing the Feast of Tabernacles no more. You understand? But no, he said, go to the Feast of Tabernacles. He said, I go not up yet until this feast. So he wasn't going to go with them. But let's keep reading. See, your Christian pastor, he might close the book right there and say, see, Jesus didn't do it yet. He didn't say do. He didn't do it. He said blah, blah, blah. He'll come up with all these excuses. Reading on. For my time is not yet full come. Verse 9. When he had said these words unto them, he abode still in Galilee. You understand? Verse 10. But when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up unto the feast. So he went also because he knew it was a commandment of the Lord. Straight up. So listen, so for any of your Christian pastors or people say, well, we don't do those holy days in the Old Testament. That's the Old Testament. Now we're in the New Covenant. Right here, it shows you that Christ celebrated the Feast of Tabernacles, and he told his brethren to go up there too in the New Testament. I pray you understand. Reading on though, it says, then he also went unto the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. Why did he went in there on some stealth mode? You know, on incognito. Why did he do that though? The reason why he did that was because the Jewry, the fake black leaders, they wanted to kill him. You understand? But he still wanted to celebrate the commandments of the Lord, which was the Feast of Tabernacles. Because what did he say in Matthew? He said, I said, well, hold on, verse 17, Matthew 5:17, think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I come not to destroy, but to fulfill. You understand? And that's why he didn't tell them to not go. He didn't tell them to not go because it's a commandment. Because it says, right, verse 19, whosoever shall break one of these least commandments and teach men so shall be called least in the kingdom. He wasn't going to be a hypocrite. So that's why he told them to what? Go to the feast. Let's go down. John chapter 7 and verse 4. Matter of fact, not verse 4. Salakia. Yeah, verse 8, 7 and 8. Go ye up into this feast. I go not up yet unto this feast, for my time is not yet. So he was basically like, he's like, man, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go yet. It ain't my time yet. You understand? But then when they went up, when he said these words unto them, he stayed back. So he didn't tell them not to go because now I'm changing it and then we shouldn't do this no more because I'm Jesus Christ and this is what we should do now. No, he didn't teach against the law. Verse 10, when his brethren were gone up, then went he also up into the feast, not openly, but as it were in the secret. Then the Jews sought him at the feast and said, where is he? So they looking for him. They like, man, where that nigga at? You understand? Because they trying to kill him. So he's sitting in there. He must got on like a cloak or something. You know how back in the day, you know how you see in the movies where they got the hood thing and then got the cloak on their face. He must have been in the cut like that. He was in secret. However he went up there, he was on some covert incognito type shit. Excuse my French. You understand? But they looking for him. They're like, where he at? Where he at? Because they know that everybody's supposed to celebrate the holy day. You understand? Matter of fact, there's 3 holy days where all men are must. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I forgot where that's. I think that's. Yeah, that's in the book of. Yeah, that's in the book of Deuteronomy. So for there's 3 main holy days. So there's more than just 3 holy days, but 3 holy days all men are commanded to travel to Judea to celebrate them, because Israel has been scattered. You understand? You had Israelites living in Rome, like Paul. You had Israelites living in Cappadocia and all these Asia and Ethiopia. We were scattered abroad. You understand? But Jerusalem and Judea is the capital. And so if there was another disdain amongst Jewry or whatnot, where if you didn't live in the hood, or I mean in our city, then we didn't like you. You was a Gentile pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the northern kingdom. But every year, these 3 times a year, all brothers had to come back to celebrate the holy days, wherever they was at. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, and verse 16. Share this real quick, Salakia. And it says, 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God in Salaki. I read that messed up. 3 times a year shall all the males appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread. So the feast of unleavened bread, that's pretty much the Passover, because the feast of Passover, you got the Passover, and then the feast of unleavened bread is like 7 days. It's literally all at the same time. Then the Feast of Weeks. The Feast of Weeks is what nowadays people call first fruits or Pentecost. That's 50 days after the Passover. And then the Feast of Tabernacles, which is around this time. So the Feast of unleavened bread is at the beginning of the year. Then halfway through the year, you come back again to Judea or wherever the Lord shall choose. You understand? For the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? But all men were commanded to come up to Judea around that time. And they shall not appear before the Lord empty. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessings of the Lord thy God, which he have given thee. So, for example, for us, when we do the Passover, hey, we do a Passover feast. Or, hey, listen, you got to put in work. You got to do something, because there's a lot that goes on to orchestrate everything for the women, the children. Everybody got to help, man. It ain't no just pulling up to the park and niggas just kicking it. No, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. As a matter of fact, big ups to all the men and the women who put in great work to make everything happen. You know what I'm saying? Especially Commanding General Johanna, all the generals, all the captains, the officers, the troopers, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? And of course, all honor goes to the Most High God in the name of Christ. You dig? But yeah, 3 times a year shall males appear before the Lord. So if anything, because sometimes a woman can't make it. Women can't make it because you might be unclean. You know what I'm saying? And unclean meaning you could be on your cycle. And when you're on your cycle, you can't come to certain holy convocations that's a holy place. You can't come into the holy place because we are a holy people. You know what I'm saying? And if you're unclean, we don't need you up in the holy place. Understand? And that's for like what do you call it when someone had COVID? I forgot the word that if you had COVID, you're supposed to separate yourself. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the word that they use, but it's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So every man had to come up. So back to Matthew chapter 5. Yeah, quarantine. Yeah, it was called quarantine. Yeah. So that's why women wouldn't come to holy days, because it's like a quarantine type of thing. If you was on your cycle or whatnot. You know, or like, you could have just had a baby like a couple of days before. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you have issues running out of you why after you give birth. So there's many other reasons why you could be unclean, but the men you're commanded to come. There is no excuse. You understand? So let's go back over here to not Matthew but John. Yeah. So John chapter 7, and it says, but when his brother were gone up, then went he also into the feast, not openly, but as it were in secret. I already read that part. And then the Jews sought him at the feast, saying, where is he? And there was much murmuring among the people concerning him, for some said, he is a good man. Others said, nay, but he deceiveth the people. Howbeit no man spake openly for him of Salakia, of him for fear of the Jews. So they were scared to even bring up Christ, because they was like, man, shit, they trying to kill that man. We ain't trying to be associated with him. You understand? But anyway, the story goes on and on. Let me see if there's something about. Yeah, but the story goes on and on. But the main point is that I was bringing out for anybody with any doubts, you understand, that Christ did celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles and he told his people to. So your Christian pastor lied to you once again. You understand? Even though he went in secret, but that ain't he was at this time he was 30 something years old. You understand? So he's been doing the Feast of Tabernacles for 30 something years. Just like everybody. It was just at this point, it was his time. It was time for him to get out there and spread the gospel. And they didn't like it because they was the Jewry, which is your fake black leaders, they were living comfortable, shucking and jiving for the Romans, for the white man. You understand? And Christ, he wasn't coming with that shucking and jiving spirit. You understand? Hey, Christ wasn't that docile person that these movies in your Christian church, that he was a hardcore brother. You understand? But that's a whole nother story. So let's go over here now. So basically I'm showing you all these accounts in the scriptures from the Old Testament to the New Testament, what the Feast of Tabernacles was. And yes, we are supposed to do this because we are the children of Israel, along with other feasts and holy days. You know what I'm saying? All of them are found in the book of the law at Leviticus chapter 23. You understand? So I'm showing you in the past where it was. I showed you in the time of Christ, the New Testament. I'm going to show you another account in the past with the, let's go over here to the book of Ezra. The book of Ezra chapter 3. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, so Ezra chapter 3. And let's just start at verse 1. So Ezra, like, matter of fact, Ezra was spoken of also in the book of Nehemiah. Remember, I brought that up. And Ezra, the priest, brought the law before the congregation. And he was speaking in the streets. He was holding camp. He was doing street speaking. You understand? So now let's go to the book of Ezra again. Well, first we was in Nehemiah. Now we're in the book of Ezra, chapter 1. And when the 7th month was come, the children of Israel were in the cities. the people gathered themselves together as one man in Jerusalem. And like I showed you in the book of Deuteronomy, every man was commanded to come to the book to Jerusalem on these three main holy days. Verse 2, then stood up Jeshua, the son of Jozadak, and his brethren, the priests, and Zerubbabel, the son of Shealtiel, and his brethren, and builded an altar of the God of Israel to offer burnt offerings thereon, as it is written in the law of Moses, the man of God. Verse 3, and they set their altars upon his bases, for fear was upon them because of the people of the countries, and they offer burnt offerings therefore unto the Lord, even burnt offerings morning and evening. Verse 4, and they kept also the feast of tabernacles, as it is written, and offered daily burnt offerings by number according to the custom, as the duty of every day required. You understand? So this is another thing that we were supposed to do. So you seen Ezra doing it in Nehemiah, you seen him doing it in other priests doing it later on. I pray you understand this is something that we as people are supposed to do. For the first day of the 7th month, being blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so this is what we're supposed to do, people. We're supposed to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And nothing changed. I showed you that Christ came not to go against the law or the prophets. He told you that whosoever shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men to do so, he shall be called least in the kingdom. You understand? And then I showed you where he himself went up unto the feast, John 7 and 10. He did the feast himself. So that was past. We're doing it now in the present. Now I'm going to show you in the future. So beyond a shadow of a doubt, you should know that this is something that we was doing then, what we should be doing now, and what we gonna be doing eventually, regardless if you don't do it now. Then you're gonna be forced to do it. And all the heathens. So let's go over here to the book of Zechariah. The book of Zechariah, chapter 14. Zechariah chapter 14, and then let's start at verse 16. And it says, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem. So listen, after World War III and all the destructions and everybody who been coming up against the children of Israel and all the nations that are left to serve the children of, because they got to serve us in the kingdom. They're going to serve us in our kingdom the same way we had to serve them. And if they don't, let's keep going. Let's read. Zechariah chapter 14. And it shall come to pass. So every time you see where it says it shall come to pass, this is a future prophecy. That means this ain't happened yet. And it says, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem, which is the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, you understand, shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the what? The Feast of Tabernacles. So in the future, right now, we should be doing it amongst ourselves. But in the future, every year, they're going to have to come up and pay homage to Christ the King. When he comes back and all these nations destroyed themselves after World War III and this and that, and we're set up as kings on the earth, and we have rulership over all the nations, guess what? Every year, they're going to come up and they're going to have to pay homage and worship the feast of the king and keep the Feast of Tabernacles. So why ain't your Christian pastor telling you that? I pray you understand. Verse 17, let's keep reading. And it shall be that whosoever will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the king, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. So listen, they ain't gonna be, hey, you don't want to come up, listen, you're gonna have drought. That's what's gonna happen. You talk about weather manipulation, hey, the Lord controls everything. And if your land don't get no rain, hey, it's all bad for you. Then you're gonna come begging supplications with your face towards the earth, towards the king. Like verse 18. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not that have no rain, there shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. What does smite mean? Unalive. We're going to unalive all the heathen that don't want to come up and pay homage to the king and to his people. I'm going to throw that in there too. Because you want to know why I could throw that in there? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 60. Yeah, see, they got to serve us the same way we serve them. Kiss the boots. Yeah, kiss the boot. That's what you need to do. You might as well go ahead and just prepare right now. Just kiss the goddamn boot. And do it with a smile on your face while you're at it. Yeah, so right here. Let's this is Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 10. And it says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have mercy on thee. So yeah, these nations, they're going to serve us. They're going to build up our wall because in his wrath, he smote us. But in his favor, he has mercy on us. Because this is the promises that the Lord bestowed upon us. You know what I'm saying? Let's go down to verse 12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Yeah, those nations, yeah, they shall be utterly wasted. They're going to perish. So let's go back to Zechariah chapter 14. And it says, there shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen. Who's the heathen? All the other nations other than the children of Israel that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? They're going to get smitten. I pray you understand, man. And yeah, it reads on and on. But listen, this is a future prophecy, people. This is a future prophecy. And who's that king? Yahushua, Jesus, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So there's no way in on earth that your Christian pastor should not be teaching to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And we're going to do it. We're going to teach you. Just like in Nehemiah, what does it say he did? Nehemiah chapter 8 And he read, therefore, before the street, that was before the Watergate. He read it in the street. You understand? This is what we do when we go to camp, man. And we break it down. We show you these laws, statutes, and commandments. Hey, and I pray you understand. You know what I'm saying? Once again, man, we break these things down precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. You understand? But hey, with that being said, Israel, you know, we are the ISUPK, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. A rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. That'll be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. You understand? And if the brother or sister has any liking to any brother or sister, they must get permission from the heads to speak. And then after that 6 months, the brother or sister could get permission from the heads to marry. You must pay tithes, which that is a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi, chapter 3, 8 through 10. It means a tenth in the Hebrew. And then that word is ma'aisharah. Ma'aisharah. That's how you say a tenth in the Hebrew. And hey, if you want to give any kind of free donation to the teacher, definitely you could do that. You know what I'm saying? You could hit us up at $ ISUPK Iowa 515 on Cash App. You know what I'm saying? That's not mandatory. It's whatever you like. You understand? And upcoming holy convocations. Yeah, definitely tomorrow is the last day, the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? So tomorrow is the closing of the Feast of Tabernacles. You understand? And that is the last day. So definitely check out 1 West ISUPK online classes. You understand? And Commander General Yohana or General Mahayaman, definitely one of the heavy hitters. They definitely gonna be breaking it down. You understand? Because this is something that your generation should do throughout all your generations. You understand? This is what we should do. Leviticus chapter 23. You understand that your generations may know, 23 and 43, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord. You understand? And this is exactly what we do. We declaring the feast of the Lord according to the Holy Bible. You understand? And after that, the last feast of the year is Hanukkah, which is the Feast of Dedications, and that is in December. You understand? So if I'm not mistaken, that is this year, December 25th at sundown. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. If anybody has the calendar right in front of them, just type it in the Chisnat. You understand? But it's either the 24th or the 25th at sundown. And that's also, if I'm not mistaken, that's a 7-day feast too. Yeah, so from December 24th or 25th at sundown, for 7 days, it's the Feast of Hanukkah. And of course, when that time comes up, we break down what it is and what we should do all at the same time. You understand? I pray you understand. And once again, definitely check us out next week, Tuesday, heavy content podcast, Wednesday, law class. You know how we do every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time here in ISUPK, Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Here in the 515. And hey, if any brother or sister, any brother want to come into this troop, man, put your brick in, man. You want to be a man of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Come in here and put your brick in so we can raise up more men. You understand? And get our brothers and sisters off drugs. Stop being out here being drug dealers, whores, prostitutes, whoremongers, drug addicts, etc., etc. Man, the list goes on and on. You understand? Get up in here and let's do that. You understand? But with that being said, man, we're going Men of Israel, Imagine. We're going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barak Atah, Yahmatah, Sar means in turn. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters, Imagine, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham by Shem Yahushua. Yahmatah, class dismissed. Most time cut.
Hey, Shalom, sir. You ready for the down South Texas cookout in Houston?
Houston?
What you mean, Houston?
You never heard the news?
Yo, Warriors. Yes, sir. Conquerors. Respect.
Shout out there.
Hey, look, I just left Atlanta. I said I'll be back at
What's the itinerary looking out? What's going down Thursday?
Thursday, you already know what Thursday's finna look like. We got the scripture breakdown with 12 shield Jeremy behind me. He's gonna drop it heavy like he always do.
We're extreme. We're extreme. We are extreme. There is nothing you can do to stop us.
And after the breakdown, we're gonna have the fish fry, have some brotherhood and sisterhood, play some games, take the pockets of y'all. You know we're gonna be shooting them dice. You know we're gonna be playing dominoes. Whatever games you have in mind, you know we put a wager on line. We're gonna take that money, man. This is how we do it in Austin.
Man, so what's going on Friday then?
Don't get me started about Friday. You think they call us Boot Kids Capital for a reason?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out.
Now, you gonna find out why they call us Boot Kids Capital, because we having camp on Friday.
Oh shit!
And after camp, don't get me started. We're gonna go on 6th Street. 6th Street be popping, and guess what camp at though? Camp right there on 6th Street.
Good night.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
So what's going on Saturday? I've been hearing about Saturday.
You gonna learn how to get down, shoot guns in Texas, the Texas way, man.
Shooting guns.
Automatic guns out.
Oh my god.
Automatic guns. Then we got the resort day. You know why? Because the rules are at the Kalahari Resort. So we having, man, we having a black and white party. We having it at Down South Cajun Eats, man. It's gonna be a live band there. It's gonna be packed. UPK gonna do what UPK do, man.
Man, you ain't right for that. A black and white party.
A black and white party, man.
So I know that what's after Saturday? Isn't it Sunday? What's going down Sunday?
You know how I get down? It's the cookout. We finna doing the cookout, man. We got a couple tournaments going on. We got the basketball tournament.
Wait, what?
Hey, hold up. It ain't outdoors. We rented out the gym. It's a real basketball tournament, man. We got the a kickball tournament. Y'all want to get active in that? Then we got the spades, dominoes, and chess tournament. And I say tournament, Aki, so you know what that means. That means there's money on the line. And of course, we're gonna do what we always do. The food gonna be amazing. The food gonna be out of this world. The food gonna be in the 4th dimension.
The 4th dimension?
You might turn to the side. It might be an angel eating the food. That's how good the food gonna be out.
Good night.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Pussy so